Hey, buddy.
Raw.
Hey, man, that's a sweet heavy metal happy hour t-shirt. Where'd you pick that up?
Thanks, dude. I got it at the Toxic Radio shop.
Toxic Radio has a shop?
Yeah, dude. It's in the app. We're online at toxicradio.net.
That is sweet.
Yeah, and I also got a rockin' Toxic Radio hoodie and a Red Band Underground shirt. Dude, I'm gonna look so rockin' at the party tomorrow.
Well, I think you look pretty now.
Oh, wait, what?
The Toxic Radio shop is the place to get all your Toxic Radio gear. Shirts, hoodies, stickers. Find it at toxicradio.net or on the app. Don't buy it safe. Buy it toxic. Hey, where you going, man?
Master, dinner is served. Igor, it's not that I don't appreciate the effort, but you know I prefer my meals uncooked. And how many times have I told you about using garlic? Yes, Master. Forgive me, Master. Please. Bite into Paradelphia. Thursday nights at 8, only on Toxic Radio. Paradelphia, because what if it's all true?
While you're rocking with us at Toxic Radio, don't forget to check us out on social media.
I want details, and I want them right now.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Now you're talking, brother.
Chat with us, keep up on news. Just don't make it weird. Don't be a stalker. Don't be that guy.
You just want to suck the joy out of everything.
Toxic Radio. Get infected. Hey, miss an episode of Relationships 101? Don't sweat it. We got you covered. You can catch up on episodes on the Toxic Radio app, toxicradio.net, or wherever you get podcasts, like iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, and Odyssey. And don't forget to follow John on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Remember, just like any relationship, communication is key. Keep in touch.
What's going on, everybody? Love that beat, love that beat. Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Relationships 101. I'm your host, John Evans, and I'm bringing you the hottest relationship podcast in the game. Thank you for joining me this evening. You could have been anywhere else, but you're here with me. Now, we have a few questions, we have a topic, and being that we did the show on ghosting a few episodes ago, a lot of people have been sending in questions and their own ghosting stories to us. So I'm going to share some of those, and you can give me your opinion and your feedback on it, like we always do. Okay, the first story is by a young lady named Stacy. She said, I met this guy. We'll call him Richard. We dated for 5 months. And even met each other's parents. Okay. During the last 2 months, he became very distant. My initial thought was that he was cheating on me. I finally went to his crib, and his roommate said that he had moved out of state. All right. A few months later, I was with my new boyfriend, and I saw him working at the Chipotle down the street from my house. It was incredibly awkward, and now I have to take an Uber to get a decent burrito. Okay. Yeah, he did ghost you. Can't really say why, because it's not really a lot of information given in this. The roommate did say he moved out of state. I can't say whether he did or didn't. If he did, he came back awful quick, because a few months you saw him at Chipotle. I can imagine that must have been awkward, you and your boyfriend, but it necessarily didn't have to be, because you had moved on. It was only awkward because maybe you made it that way, or maybe you still felt some type of way about not having contact with him. If you were in a new relationship with a new boyfriend, then you could have easily went in Chipotle and acted like he was meaningless to you. The need to catch an Uber to find a decent burrito spot now is a bit much. Allison chimes in. What's going on, Allison? She said, I'd walk away to fight another day and tell the crowd nothing to see here. See, that's the thing. I don't think there was a need to do that. Once again, if you have a new boyfriend, you're in a new relationship, you should have just went in there, placed your order and moved on. I mean, you're in a happier spot. You have someone now in your life. So, Heather, what's going on? She said that dude was immature and you're better off. I can agree with you on that. For whatever reason, and then you got to remember too, there's not a lot of information given here. So, who knows why the communication ceased? But I'm just going to say that Matthew, what's going on, brother? Probably because she ate too many burritos. It was gassy. You never know. You never know. Like I said, it's a little too vague here. I'm sorry, Stacy. I wish you'd have given more information, but once again, if you're in a new relationship and you've moved on, be happy. Go back to that Chipotle with your man, smile, and place your order. Stop getting in that Uber running away from the situation. It makes me think that you still have feelings and you're still upset that he ghosted you, and you shouldn't be. That's the best advice I can give you on that. And you heard 3 different people on here, Matthew, Allison, and Heather, tell you what you should have done. Thank you for chiming in. And please continue to your listener. Brad, what's going on, buddy? Brad says, what happens when you get into an argument with your mate in a public forum and you know you're right, but the other one won't admit they're wrong? Okay. And you guys are out in public and you're arguing. You know what? It's always easier to take the high road. Especially if it's out in public, but you don't want to cause each other embarrassment. You don't want to draw a crowd. And out in public, feelings can get hurt real easy and real fast. So, just bite the bullet on that one. Just agree to them. But behind closed doors, when you get in the car, when you get in the crib, let them know, hey, look, no, you was not correct. Hey, it's just us alone now, and get to the root cause of it. I'm not one to be arguing out in public. I'm sorry. It looks bad. It's tacky. And, like I said, it draws a crowd. Next thing you know, folks are stopping, looking what you're doing, wondering what's going on. We live in a day and an age where everyone wants to pull up a cell phone and record it. So if it's in a public forum, just bite the bullet on that one and wait till you get them behind closed doors, and then get to the real root cause of the problem, issue, and let them know, hey, look, next time we're out in public, don't do that again. That's a major no-no for me, major turnoff. Thank you, Brad. I appreciate you chiming in with that one, and anything else we can help you with, please let me know. The second ghosting story comes from Joanne. Heather, she chimes in. She says, I'm not airing my business in public. Don't engage. Heather says, Jerry Springer, Steve Wilkos bullshit. Yeah, I agree with you, but it's hard because if it's with your partner, your mate, sometimes it's not that easy just to not engage. I mean, you guys are together. I mean, I'm quite sure wherever you're at, you drove together. So sometimes it can't be that. Sometimes it's not that easy to just not engage. And if it's out in public, I know me. I'm going to be a little upset. I'm going to be prone to, engage, and use some colorful words on top of that. So it happens. I'm sorry. It happens to the best of us. Arguments out in public are a major no-no because they can go south real quick, especially if it's an argument, especially if it's an argument where you're in the losing end. So they definitely and will get, go from 0 to 100 real fast because, you're trying to save yourself. There's a random crowd looking. I mean, and they're going to go home talking about that. So, no. Arguments out in public are a major no-no. There's better ways of handling it, but realistically, sometimes it just don't work out like that. Okay. Next ghosting story we have. This is by Joanne. She says, I met this guy online. We hit it off big time. Excuse me. We went out on our first date and we slept together. It was awesome. But the next day he ghosted me. Fast forward 2 months. Later I start a new job and he's my trainer there. Of course, he acts like he doesn't know me. The first day, I spent my break in the bathroom crying. I worked there for about another 3 weeks, and then I quit. That's a horrible story. I don't mean to laugh. But that is a horrible story on so many levels. Okay, let's dissect the story. She met this guy online. That's nothing's strange about that. That's the normal now. We live in a digital era, COVID and everything else now. Dating sites are very huge. Okay, we hit it off, and that's a good thing. The first date is where it went wrong. We talked about this. Laura, what's going on, girl? How you doing? She chimes in and says, poor girl. Yes, poor girl. I'm about to explain why she's a poor girl. But you didn't have to sleep with dude on the first date. I'm sorry. You guys were already hitting it off. You didn't need. We talked about that, on the last episode. Tiana chimes in. She said, damn, in her Kevin Hart voice. No. Yeah, you did not have to sleep with old boy on the first date. You were already hitting it off with him. You didn't have to do that. You could have made out a little bit, but you didn't have to sleep with him. And I'm not going to say I see why he ghosted you, but I'm going to guess. He ghosted you because he already got what he wanted. He didn't have to put in any work. Who knows? Could have been garbage to him. Could have been just okay sex, but either way, in the man's mind, okay, I've already accomplished that. I got it. So it's on to the next one for him. But that was the major mistake that you made. You do not, I will reiterate on this, do not, and I'm just not saying the ladies, the men too, if you're looking for something to grow, evolve, or turn into any type of relationship, do not sleep with that person on the first date. There's a multitude of other things that you could do, but you do not sleep with that person on the first date. Heather chimes in. She says, I'm not quitting my job over a man. I still got bills to pay. Good point. And as we move forward in the story, she says she starts a new job, and he is her trainer. Well, I can imagine that had just been embarrassment on a whole nother level, because you slept with him, he ghosted you, you're not thinking you're going to run into him again, a job, now you have to see each other every day. Poor girl spent her first day in the bathroom on her breaks crying. Yeah, her heart was broken. I mean, and then the dude acted like he didn't even know you on top of that. I mean, that's embarrassing. I mean, and if he's training you, you guys are side by side all day, conversating about the job, of course, but he never once looked at you and said, you look familiar. Do I know you? No, he acted like he did not know you. And I agree with Heather. Quitting the job was a bad thing to do. Heather chimes in. She says there's nothing wrong with sleeping together on the first date. That's so ridiculous. Heather, I'm not going to say that it's anything wrong with sleeping with anyone on the first date. Okay? Because someone tries to give me some on the first date, I am not turning it down. I'm just saying, if you're looking for a Diana Christine, what's going on? Last week's guest, she said, I'd rather wait to see what his real agenda is. Thank you. And that's my whole thing right there. If I'm going out on a date and I sleep with you on a first date, strong chances are I am not looking to get in a relationship with you. I've already gotten what I wanted. Heather said that wasn't me. So I'm just saying, and Laura said there's nothing wrong with sleeping together on the first date. That's so ridiculous. Okay, that got thrown up again. Yeah, you can sleep with them. You can sleep with a person on the first date. And I just think that it's a very slim chance that a strong relationship will grow from that. Can you imagine, what are the odds of meeting someone, sleeping with them on a first date, keep that up, please, Mike. Meeting someone, sleeping with them on a first date, it grows into a strong relationship, you get married and spend your life together. Okay, your anniversary. Oh, she was a wonderful woman. I knew it on our first date when I slept with her. I wanted to spend my life with her. No, those aren't stories that get told. I'm sorry. But, I could be wrong. And like I said, I don't know it all. This is just my slant on relationships. Brad chimes in. He says, did she ever confront him and straight out ask why he doesn't remember her? Well, you know what? The story doesn't say that. Her story doesn't say that. I can imagine she probably didn't, only because she spent her first day in the bathroom crying. So I can imagine that was probably just over the embarrassment that old boy just didn't acknowledge her, acted like he knew her at all, which I'd have been devastated too. But yeah, back to you, Heather. Keep that up, Mike, please. Back to you, Heather. It is nothing. There isn't anything wrong with sleeping together on the first date. My daughter, my manager's in the building, so I will say, don't you do that. But there isn't anything wrong with that. Diana Christine chimes in. She says, you will never know if your relationship is based on sex or you. That's true. That's true. That's true, because if you quick to get that cookie away, well, you know what? Let me say this. And I've been in relationships where it was sexually charged, and after a while, you have to realize and you have to think to yourself, I don't even know anything about this person, because every time we get together, we're having sex. So, Diana Christine, you are correct. I've been in those predicaments. You meet each other, there's that attraction, you have sex, you keep having sex. The relationship is based off of sex. 3, 4, 5 months down the line, you realize, hell, I don't even know her middle name. Shit. Laura chimes in again. She says, I slept with my boyfriend before we even started dating. Our relationship is very strong. Laura, I'm not saying it can't be strong. I'm just saying that there's just a 50-50 chance that it very well may not be. And I'm just giving, little background on me. I've been in relationships where, you could be in those sexual relationships like that. And to be honest, the only thing I'm looking forward to when I get to see that person again is getting some more. Not how their day was, how they were doing, anything. They could have had some life-shattering news that they was told that day. I didn't care. I just wanted some, because that's what the relationship was based off of. So, it can work, Laura, but, let's face facts. Strong chances, it just doesn't. I am happy for you, though, that you met someone that you was able to give it to before y'all started dating, and it worked out very well. I'm very happy for you. If I was an emoji, I'd go like this. But, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Laura chimes in and says, you're saying I gave up the cookie? No, because I know how you feel about that word cookie. No, I'm not saying you gave up the cookie. That's just a colloquialism for the word vagina I like using. That's it. You you gave up something very precious, but I will not, call it or label it anything close to a dessert of any kind. Thank you, Dave, for saving me on this one. Dave chimes in. He said, had a woman flat out throw herself at me on a first date. I think she showed up on the date drunk, and it got worse from there. Saw her apartment. Oh, dear God. That was the anti-Viagra. Wow. By the look of the apartment, Dave, you was getting some. You wasn't moving in. But I could respect that. I mean, okay, you said she was a little tipsy, a little drunk. Yeah, you didn't want to take advantage of her. I get that. I've been on those dates myself. And as I was pulling up my zipper, leaving the crib, I just thought to myself, I ain't coming back here no more. But those dates happen, Dave. Those dates happen. Yeah. So Joanne, Brad, he chimes in. He says, I always try to postpone the sex. Once I do it, can't take the laughter and hold up. Once I do it, can't take the laughter and the mocking. If you're able to postpone the sex, I say try it. What's the worst that could happen? You have a deeper appreciation for that person, for each other, something actually blooms from it, hold off, But, I'm going to keep it real too. If that attraction is there, that spark is there, it doesn't take much for sex to happen, you two guys are watching a movie or a conversation or a certain song, and you're smelling good, she's smelling good, next thing you know, sex is happening. A few humps, and one of y'all seeing colors, it happens. So if you can postpone from it, do so, see how that thing goes. Chime back on me with that. I'm very interested. If not, go for it. See what happens there too. But Joanne, I'm sorry for that. But thank you both, Stacy and Joanne, for sharing your ghosting stories. Both of them, very bad. I encourage the both of y'all to move on. These people were not worth it. Losers in my book. You're better off without them. Take this as a growing experience, a lesson learned, and I promise you, someone better will enter your life. Be patient, and I promise you, someone better will enter your life. So we're going to go into the next topic of conversation, and it is called flirting. Or was I just being nice? Excuse me, throat a little dry on that one. Flirting. I mean, we've all been there. We do it. Is it, well, it depends. Is it bad? Is it good? What's your definition of flirting? Is it innocent, or is it the beginning of something more serious? I truly do believe that flirting is the beginning of something more serious. When you flirt with someone, you're flirting with intentions. You're flirting, to let them know. It's pretty much an advancement in my book. You're flirting to let them know that you're interested. Please let me know, what's your definition on flirting? Do you think it's inexcusable, or that flirting is okay as long as you have boundaries? I don't think it's excusable, especially if I'm in a relationship with someone. There's no way I could find that excusable. Having my lady flirt with someone, especially if I'm, in the presence of it, there's no way I could tolerate that. And I would like to think that, she wouldn't be appreciative to me flirting with someone smack dab in her face. I mean, for one, that would be very disrespectful. So, nah, I can't find that excusable in any universe or this one. So, no, not at all. Is there anything innocent about it? It can be innocent. It can. And I know I'm kind of taking a wishy-washy stance on it, but I think it can be. I guess it depends on the individuals, how they know each other. If you're doing it with a stranger, no, because how are they going to know it's innocent? They don't know you. They're thinking that you're coming on to them. So I think it depends on the individual. Laura chimes in. She says, what if it's just all in fun and your partner knows you want no one else but him? Wow, that's a great question. Thank you for that, Laura. Then it is innocent. And by that, what Laura says, because the ending of that was they know that you want no one else but them. That's where trust lies, and you would have to have a strong trust factor in that relationship. But there's always another side of that coin, Laura. You can have a strong relationship and flirting still be disastrous. I mean, let's just say if your partner is not with you and someone flirts with you or you flirt with someone and that banter goes back and forth, and next thing you know, you're exchanging phone numbers and you might have in your mind, I'm never going to use this, or he's never going to call me. And next thing you know, hey, that's how affairs happen. So I see what you're saying, but at the same time, there's always a dark side to something. Dave, what's going on, buddy? Hey, John, looking pretty tasty in that shirt, bruh. Now, did that feel good or bad? Well, Brad, I felt a little awkward, to be honest, but no, it didn't. It thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. I just expected it from the opposite gender. Keep that up, Mike, please. It's nothing wrong with flirting. Now, hold up now. In no way, shape, or form am I going to say that you just flirted with me there. I'm not going to say that two men flirt with each other. You paid me a compliment, okay? So that is not flirting. I'm never going to say, that man was flirting with me. No, he paid me a compliment, okay? Heather chimed in. She said, no flirting. It can start off innocent and progress to more. See, and that's all I'm saying. And that's what happened. I'm trying to think of the movie. If anyone can remember, please help me out with this. There was a movie with Diane Lane. And she started out, I think she went into a bookstore, antique store, and the owner started flirting with her. Next thing you know, she was having an affair. And it was a good movie. That was back during Diane Lane's better days. But yeah. Flirting always starts off innocent, and then it grows to something else because you know that person wants you. You know that there's an attraction. Now, Laura, I know you coming back with something too. Like I said, it could be innocent, but it depends on the individuals. It really does. Question: have you ever been in a situation where flirting has led to something deeper? Of course. That's I call it, the beginning of an affair. That's what I call it. If you're in a relationship and something like that happens, yes. Because let's think about this. If you're in a relationship and it's not going well, or you're in a relationship and you have a bad day or a couple bad days in that relationship, and you have this person that keeps flirting with you, that keeps showing you this unwanted attention and give you these unwanted advancements, then what happens from there? Most people, and I'm not saying everyone, most people cave into that. Mike chimed in. Well, what's going on, Mike? He says, I don't care if my girl flirts. Hell, dudes can buy her drinks at the bar even while I'm there. She's still going home with me. I like that. I like that. I like that. I wish I was that strong. I wish I was that strong. I'll flip a table over in a second. I wish I was that strong. Brad chimes in. He says, I flirt all the time, but never expected to go anywhere. If a girl actually liked it, I'll probably pass out from disbelief. Brad, your time is coming, brother. Your time is coming. There will be a woman out there that will take those unwanted advancements and take you home with her. It's coming, brother. Oh, man, we have on here my main man, one half of the entertainment experience, my boy, Positive Pro Star GP, Gregory Payne Jr. He says flirting is only bad when it's taken to the next level. Compliments is good for ego boost. They are. They are good for an ego boost. But I will say this. When you boost a person's ego, 9 times out of 10, you have triggered or sparked some type of attraction because they know that person wants them off of that compliment. Now, who knows? Like I said, you don't know what that person is going through at that time. They could be feeling themselves. Hey, keep that up, Mike, please. And they could be like, hey, this person is interested in me. Hey, he's attractive too, or she's attractive. Let me see where I could take this. Tiana, what's going on? She chimes in. She says, I always flirt, but it's innocent. And once it gets to be too much, I ghost them. Now, hold up now. We just did a couple series on ghosting. Stop that shit. We trying to put an end to this ghosting. My man GP chimes in again. He says, Mike, that's right. Now, I'm not saying either one of y'all are wrong. You're very confident in your masculinity and very confident in your relationship. I'm just not the person that's going to be in a bar and someone come up, hey, your girl bad as hell. I'm buying her this drink right here. Fuck out of here. I ain't going for that. Nah, that's just not me. I'm sorry. No. Chris Barry chimes in. What's going on, brother? He says there's a line between flirting and sexual innuendo. There is. Or is there? I don't know, because there's some flirting that is just straight direct to the point. You can have some flirting that's just like, hey, you look good in that dress today. And then you have some flirting that's just flat straight to the point. Hey, when can I get some of that? So, I mean, is there a line? If there is, it's a very gray line. I put it like that. A very gray line. Thank you for chiming in, brother. I appreciate that. But like I was saying, Gregory and Mike, hey, you guys can be strong in your masculinity in your relationship all day and night, but no, I'm not that type of person. For one, I get jealous real easy. That's right, I'll put it out there. I get jealous real easy. If it ain't about me, I get jealous. You on your phone with your mama too long, I'm jealous. I get jealous real easy. So no. I'm not that person that's going to tolerate men buying you drinks, especially in front of me. No. But kudos to y'all. I wish I could be like that, maybe in the next life, but not now. But yeah, like that topic I was talking about, flirting, does lead to deeper things. I truly do believe that. This next one, I'm very curious on what people have to say. Do you believe in having a work wife or a work husband? My man GP chimed in. Let me get that real quick. John, a woman who flirts and don't take it beyond that are called tease. Teasing can be fun, but never a point. Well, let me ask you this. Is there a difference between flirting and teasing? That's a good question. Is there a difference? Laura chimes in. She says, I like a little jealousy. Feels good. Yeah. I mean, I can imagine it does. I can imagine it does. Like I said, I'm that jealous type. I'm that jealous fool. So yeah, it ain't going down around me. But yeah, is there a difference between flirting and what was it my man Gregory just said? Help me out with that comment, Mike, please, if you can flash it up real quick. Teasing and flirting. Is there a difference between that? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I kind of think it's the same thing. I mean, please give me a better description on between the two. But yeah, do you believe that, or do you believe in having a work husband or a work wife, and is it appropriate? Now, I'll tell a quick story about myself. I was at a job, and I worked very closely with a woman, and we had a good relationship. And the crazy thing was, I saw her more in one day than I saw most, anyone else. So she was married and devoted woman too. Devoted woman. I'm not gonna diminish her character at all. Devoted woman. But she told me, she said, you're my work husband. And I told her, I said, no, I'm not. No, we're just co-workers, that's all. She said, yes, you are. You're my work husband. I said, no, I'm not. She said, yes, you are. You are my work husband. I said, well, if I'm your work husband, give me $50 and I ain't got to pay it back to you because we married. That ended that right there. She no longer called me her work husband. But some people actually believe that, having a work husband. Brad chimes in, says, I have a work wife, and I know my wife has a work husband. Okay, so you guys have fun with that. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to tell you why I'm not for the work wife, work husband. Okay. Once again, I told you I'm jealous. Very petty individual. Okay. Let's just say that there's trouble at home. Well, 9 times out of 10, who is she or he going to lean on? They're going to lean on that work wife, that work husband. And who knows, that work wife, work husband could have been waiting for that opportunity the whole time. See, you leave the gate open for endless possibilities in situations like that. Now, I'm not saying it always happens like that, but like I said, there's a possibility for that to happen. Laura chimes in, says, my boss is my work dad, LOL. And that's cool. Ain't nobody sleeping with their daddy. I get that. All right. Yeah. Okay, you can do that. All right. I can have a work mama, a work daddy. Okay, I get that. But as far as the work wife, work husband situation, I just think that opens the door for something more of a disastrous situation. And like my man, who was that, Brad? Yeah, he has one, his wife has one, and people are able to have them and play around with them, but I don't recommend it, and that's just my opinion. Which leads into my next statement. Do you think that being too nice of a person can turn into a mixed signal, implying interest, when in actuality there is none? Yes, I do. It happens all the time. It happens, and it's happened to me. I've gotten a mixed signal where I thought a woman was actually coming on to me. And, I approached her and as the young kids say, shot my shot, and thought it was going to go somewhere. And she told me, no, I was just actually being nice, Laura, she chimes in again. She says, I think that's reading too much into it, John. No, it doesn't. That happens in real life. Laura says, I think it just means it's someone you work close. Oh, you're talking about the work wife, work husband. No, I'm going to stand my ground on that. I do believe, my man GP, Laura Rose, be careful. That's how the origin of the legendary sugar daddies was created. No, them sugar daddies was created by something else. It ain't had nothing to do with that, brother. Laura said, okay, I'm just catching on. Yeah, the work daddy, 74. Yeah, that's how the sugar daddy got started. Yeah. You do want to be careful with that. Okay. Yeah, the work wife, work husband. No, I'm going to stand my ground on that. I believe that's a little muddy. Those are muddy waters right there. You want to be careful with that because, most people that are work wife, work husbands, they talk a lot. They feel as though that person they can share stuff with that they ordinarily wouldn't be able to share with their husband. They talk about their interests. You have lunch together 9 times out of 10. It's basically you're my husband while I'm at work. So there is flirting going on. There's a little bit of teasing going on. Because remember what I said, why we're work, whether you work an 8-hour shift, a 10-hour shift, or a 12-hour shift. Now, mind you, Lord forbid if you work a 12-hour shift, you seeing your work husband, your work wife a lot more than you're seeing your actual wife or actual husband. So, I'm sorry, Lord, I can't agree with you on that one. Those are definitely treacherous waters you're playing with, and I recommend that you don't do it. Not you in particular, but people in particular. Don't do it because what can turn out so fun and innocent can definitely turn into something much more serious and disastrous. Brad chimes in. He says, Laura's boss is doing a lot of fillings every day. Did I say that right? Fillings? Okay, that went over my head. Please explain that, brother. I'm lost on that one. Oh, okay. I just got that. Okay. I just got that. I hope not. Okay. Yeah, like the last topic I was saying, can you be too nice? Yes, you can be too nice. I've gotten my feelings hurt off that, thinking that a person was actually coming on to me when they was actually being nice. It does happen. It's called mixed signals. It does happen. You can actually be too nice to a person and have them think that, okay, well, they want me. They're what do they call that? Giving me a pass. Sending me a pass or something. They're passing at me. Hopefully I said that correctly. But yeah, it happens. So yeah, you can be too nice to a person. It's a shame, but it does happen. I have some questions here, but I don't know if I want to go into them because Mike, do me a favor. Laura chimed in. She says mixed signals definitely happen. See, John, we are on something tonight. We agree on something tonight. We always agree on stuff, Laura, but yes, tonight we finally agree on something. Yes, mixed signals, they happen, and unfortunately, sometimes mixed signals can actually be an embarrassing situation. A person can get crushed off of that because they're thinking that this flirtation is mutual, and here it is, just a person just being nice, So mixed feelings, they can be a little devastating sometimes. Mike, do me a favor, bring up the young lady, the young lady's picture. Okay, this young, I don't know her real name, but her name is Blue Jazz. That's the name she's going by. I actually caught this talk show. I don't know what the talk show was about, but I'll give you a little history on Blue Jazz. She dated a man, and I take it from this, Blue Jazz probably lived a mediocre lifestyle because this man upgraded her completely. Put her in a wonderful, let's just say, like in the Jeffersons, the deluxe apartment in the sky high. Got her an expensive car and made sure she had lavish items. Well, the problem was that relationship didn't last. Whether he left her or what, let's just say that relationship is over. Now, she's in a delusional state now because she truly believes that because she was upgraded to such a lavish lifestyle that she should stay there. And she refuses to date a man if he cannot keep her in that lifestyle that she's been accustomed to from her last relationship. Thoughts on it, anyone? Dave chimes in. He says, "Oh my God, that's the woman who threw herself at me." Well, see, that's what you had to do to keep her. You had to maintain that lifestyle. You had to maintain that lifestyle. All you had to do was pay for that penthouse and make a couple of them high ass car notes, and you would have got that. You'd still be in there right now. She wasn't bad looking, so yeah, just get your money right. I'm gonna tell you something right now. She is out her damn mind. For one, Blue Jazz. He did that stuff flat out because he was fucking you. That's why he did it. Okay. Tanya Groom's butler. She chimes in. "What's going on, girl? How you doing this evening?" She says, "You can't downsize." Okay. You can't downsize. Well, how do you? Okay, this is what you fail to realize. She lived a moderate lifestyle. He upgraded her. So how can you not downsize? Because you wasn't living like that from the beginning. Because if you had the means, you would have done that before him. He made that possible. And now because that relationship is no more, she feels as though that every man that comes into her life next should foot the bill on a level that man did. No, like I said, she is delusional. Very delusional, to the point where she might actually need to be on meds. No, that man did that for you because he was sleeping with you. That's it. Point blank. Point blank. Now, who knows? Had you guys stayed together, he probably would have continued to do so. But being that you guys are not together anymore, I advise you to get 2-3 jobs to pay for all that. If not, be ready to downsize. Get that car repoed and have every other fancy thing that you have taken away from you. You set yourself up for that one. If anything, you should have thought to yourself, I can't afford these on my own, so I better look like holding on to him. And you didn't, so now it's time for you to downsize. Or, as this show topic has been about tonight, flirt with a rich guy, and hopefully that leads into something more prosperous for you, where you're able to pay for that lifestyle. Yeah, start flirting, flirt away, flirt immediately too. Anyone, please chime in on that. Let me know how you feel about that. Should the next man come in and keep her afloat to that lifestyle that she's been used to? I don't think so, but there probably will be some man out there that thinks, oh yeah, she deserves it. I mean, who knows? Another Steve Harvey might come into her life and do that. I shouldn't have said his name, damn. But Brad says, now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she is. But she is, Brad. You and I both know that. And I'm waiting for someone, excuse me. Latoya, what's going on? How you doing? She said, absolutely not. Well, help me. Absolutely not. She's not a gold digger. Absolutely not that the next man should keep her afloat. I'm hoping that you'll agree with me that absolutely not. The next man should not keep her afloat. I'm a firm believer that if you want nice things in life, you work hard for it. You don't con the next person that tries to come into your life. And I'm not saying she conned the first guy. He just had the means to do it. But now that he's gone, don't put that pressure on the next guy. He may not be able to do it, but still love you with all his heart. So why should that pressure be put on him? Latoya, she chimes in again. Thank you very much for clearing that up. She said that the next man should keep her afloat. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. No, that next man should not keep her afloat. Like I said, if she want to keep all that stuff, the deluxe apartment in the sky high, she should go on out there and get 3-4 jobs, and make that possible herself. So, Blue Jazz, I wish you the best of luck on that one. I'm actually going to keep up with that and see how that turns out for her. But I'm quite sure she will find some simp that will come through and make that happen for her. I have a few questions we're going to run through here tonight. I don't think we're going to get through all of them, but if not, we always got next week. Once again, there was a card game that we played on last week's show, and the questions were so entertaining that I decided to bring more questions on this evening for all of us to talk about amongst each other and see how we feel about it. Okay, one of the questions was, how many people have you said I love you to in a relationship without actually meaning it? Now, I'm a firm believer that you have people out there that toss the word I love you around like please and thank you. Play around with it, manipulate folks. I've done it a time or two in my day. I'm not proud of it now, but I've done it. Now I've had buddies and, lady friends that have done it in cold-blooded fashion and used it to their advantage. I think it does happen quite frequently. Like I said, I've done it. Not proud to say it, but I have done it. Let a person know, I love you. Don't fool them well I didn't. But it does happen. It does happen. In 3 words, what would you say to the first person that rejected you? That's a good one. 3 words. Fuck out of here. That's my 3 words. There are many other words you can use, but those are my 3 words to the first person that rejected me. You got to remember, your first rejection is the hardest. That's the one you recollect over life and everything. That helped build your character. That made you a stronger person. So, I'm not going to say they helped me and all that, but if I was to run across them at this stage in my life, I would definitely tell them, fuck out of here. So, wow, I touched on this one too. Next one is, do you believe in soulmates? Jamie chimes in. Boomgardner, what's going on, brother? Thank you. I appreciate you for chiming in. Says fucking drop dead. Those are 3 words. Those are 3 words. And I asked for 3 words. So we got fuck out of here. Oh, I didn't know your last name. I'm sorry. So fucking drop dead and fuck out of here. So yes, those are 3 words. Okay. Yes. The next question is, do you believe in soulmates? No, I don't believe in soulmates. Keep talking about that. I keep telling y'all, soulmates do not exist. They're not real. Stop believing in that shit. That's like believing in the tooth fairy. No, they're not real. People are setting themselves up looking for a soulmate in life. It's just not possible. It's not happening. I told y'all, mathematically it's been proven, and, in thought and theory, it's not true. It's not possible. They don't exist. Soulmates are people that you envision, people that you fantasize about, people that you conjure up in your head that you want your partner or future partner to look like, be like, and in your life. When 9 times out of 10, when you finally do meet that person and the honeymoon phase is over and you finally realize what you got, you're dissatisfied and you're upset because the fantasy didn't match up with the reality. So no, Soulmates are not real. If you're listening and you believe in them, stop. I'm telling you for a fact, they just don't exist. Last question I'm going to go to before we leave this program this evening is, what song breaks your heart every time you hear it? I would say Jodeci, Cry for You. Every time I hear that song, oh my gosh, that breaks my heart. I don't have enough time to get into it on this program. There was a young lady that I was dating, and when was that song out? Was it like 92, 93? Dave chimes in, he says, you're saying Jennifer Aston isn't really my soulmate? Not at all, brother. Not at all. It's nice to fantasize about her, but no, she is not your soulmate. And if she was your soulmate, you guys would probably already be together by now. So, no. Soulmates are not real. Are not real. If they were, WWE superstar Nia Jax would be sitting right next to me right now, and she is not. So, they're just not real. They're just not real. Damn you, Vince McMahon, for keeping us apart. No, they're just not real. All right. I want to thank you guys for tuning in this evening. I had a great time. I always have a great time with you guys. You could have been anywhere else this evening, but you chose to tune in and spend the 8 to 9 o'clock slot with me, and it means the world to me. Thank you so much. We'll get together next week and truly have some fun like we always do. Thank you so much. If you ever failed to watch the live post of this, you can catch me on the Toxic Radio app. You can catch me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher. And sometimes in mid-September, you can catch it on iHeartRadio. We'll keep you posted on that. But I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Be good to each other, and we will get together again next Monday. Thank you. Good night. Mike, play me out.